So I've just got a notification from my alarm system saying that something's gone wrong in fish house. I comes in and the water's dropped by quite a considerable amount. I thought, what's going on here? I was just watering grass with pond water. So I thought, there's no way grass has used that much water. So I'll go in basement and purge the filter quickly. And then I come down into the basement to this. A full basement. which has actually got a pump on it that's pretty fast. So there's a good, let's have a look. A bit sticky here, look. So there's a good, that much water down here. And then that thing's full as well underneath here. And there's a pump as well. Quite funny. What has happened, evidently, is the pipe has come off here. Good timing actually. So that pipe's come off there, outlet. So I need to put that back on a bit better. Fortunately, I don't really keep anything in this section that can't be left in it. In fact, what I've just realised at this moment is that this pump is still running, and what it's doing is it's actually pumping the water out of the basement. It's pumping this water back into the pond, so I need to turn that off because I don't really want this water going in the pond now. So that's that off. So there we go, good bit of fun. Turn that off. That's a good way of cleaning out your basement, and that, so yeah, don't think there's out really shame about that being important. There we go. Fortunately everything's, my fish food all kept above the water line, so we should be alright. Just got to wait for it to go down underneath here. Underneath here, you can't see it, not all stuff to end up in there. That's where the pump is, so got to wait for the pump to do its thing. You can see it going down the drain there, that's sending it all down the drain. So that's a good 1,000 litres of water. Well, this is the first time I've ever had a major failure that were at a decent time. Usually it's 2 o'clock in the morning. So I'm not joking, this is the first time I've ever had a failure when I was actually just walking into the fish house, so pretty convenient. As you can see, water's going down now. It's quite fast actually. That pump's quite a big one. Take my little battery out of the water. There we go. So one thing to think about. Basically what it is there's a rubber boot on the end of that thing. I don't even know where it is. It should, see, look. This rubber boot here was on the end of that there, and it's a bit of stuff basically. So yeah, good bit of fun. What we'll do is, I think I'll be putting it back on, but I might double hose clip it like I did that. In fact, I mean this is just as likely to blow off as everything, so I might double hose clip everything now. Something to think about, but there we go. So it's actually worked out quite interesting, draining so much water. As you can see, I've took the plastic off the top. I always think it looks better without that plastic on. I really don't like it, but I need it to stop the fish splashing and ruining my floor mostly. They don't tend to fall out very often with it on, in 3 years I didn't have it there. I think I ended up with 2 falling out. Obviously there's too many, so I had to put it on. So the what have I done? I've been in swimming. I've had a bit of a swim. Oh, I can't think straight because I'm cold. But I've had a bit of a swim, and as you can see, I've cleaned all the edges, making them all nice and green again. we can't get the lime scale bit off very easily, but yeah, quite pleased with that. I was going to have a go at taking this stainless off while the water was low, but so I had to go in the water. You can see I've loosened a few bolts, but they started really getting tight, and I thought I need to get the ramp in, so there's no point in doing that from in the water. So yeah, it's worked out nice that I managed to clean around the edges, and pleased with that. So what we'll do is we're going to have a look at the CCTV and see what happened. So here we are with the camera footage from the CCTV, and as you can see in a second, I'm just zooming in so you can see it a bit clearly. It's about to burst and all the water jumps up the wall, and it let out an enormous amount of water. I worked it out that it actually released about 4,000 litres of water. So underneath that yellow thing, that holds a good 1,000 litres of water, so it must have been empty at the time. And what it's doing is it's rushing to that end of the pond, at that end of the basement, because that's where the drainage is to go into the tank underneath. It really couldn't get in anywhere else, so that's why it's rushing from one end to the other. And as you can see, it's absolutely enormous amount of water. So I've actually found out why it's come off, and it's quite interesting why it's come off, and I'll show you a bit closely in a second. But what happened is, because I've heated the pond to 30 degrees Celsius, I'm presuming that all the metal and the plastic pipe have expanded. So what's happening, I think, is that all the pipe work and that's expanded, stretching the joint, and then when I've cooled it off a bit, because I'm currently letting it cool down, you can see the little cap that was supposed to be on the end making its way across the floor in a minute. You can see that it is all the joints have needed tightening up since cooling down, so I think everything expanded with the heat, and then once I've cooled it down, the metal clip's not contracted as quickly as the plastic has, therefore it was just able to just release it and let it go. So I am going to be putting 2 clips on it, but probably need to, you know, tighten them up a little bit more, especially with changing weather. So if you're going from winter to summer, or summer to winter, just make sure them clips are tight, because they do come off quite apparently. So there we go. It didn't take very long actually for me to realise that there were a problem, and actually coming to the basement. So this is me realising there were a problem and coming in to turn off the main ball valves that allow water to go to the filtration system. So that's how long it were, fortunately, because I was literally just outside the fish house at the time. So there we go, that's the CCTV footage, and let's go and have a look in the basement itself. So here we are in the basement with all dried out down here and running nicely again. So this is the joint that failed. Obviously it's this bungy, and you can see there's quite a lot of pressure on it. So what it was is that the heat of the pond, you know, had expanded the joints, I imagine, and then cooled down, and the joints had contracted and then just let go, basically. So between summer and winter you should probably really try tightening these joints. I got another about 3 turns out of all these ones in here, so quite a bit really. This, however, is sort of a temporary situation. It's going to be a purge valve at some point, so there's going to be a 90 degree put on there that's going to go down through the floor. So it's a bit of a temporary thing, and basically what I'm going to do for now is just put a brick in front of it like that, and then jam it in with a piece of wood like so, just to make sure it can't happen until I get the joint finished on it. So yeah, that's that. The shower itself, I keep saying river, the shower itself's running really good. I still haven't got the air bit on it, unfortunately, so basically I'm just sort of letting it fill up with water and then pumping it back down with air, so you know, I keep going through this cycle with it, but it's running really well. Quite pleased with it. As you can see, this joint here has got 2 hose clips on each end, because that one probably gets the most head pressure out of them all, because that's the inlet. Whether that being the outlet, the pump will reduce the pressure on that one, so it's not too bad, but this one gets the most pressure, the full 9 foot of head. So that's got the 2 joints on it, because it leaked all the time, that one. In fact, it took it a week to stop leaking with them joints on it, so a bit of a pain, but there we go. I made sure everything's nice and tight, so hopefully it doesn't happen again. If you like this video, then please like it. If you want to see more videos like, well, not like this, because hopefully not something going catastrophically wrong happens all the time, but there we go. But if you want to see more fishing related videos, then please feel free to subscribe. If you've got any questions or comments, then please put them down below, and I shall see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.